In Paris, they have the Louvre. In Boston, they have the Museum of Fine Arts. However, in Needham, there is an annual event where senior high school students get to be graded for playing with chalk.
It is a monumental event for the students that go through the art program and take those high-level sequence courses. So it's really exciting, and the students that are involved are really kind of thrilled to finally be at that stage. So I think I'm always surprised by how heartwarming it is and how much the community gets involved, and I forget how much it means to the students. So it's actually a really lovely experience. It's stressful because the students don't usually work in public like that, and to get them to that point and not know how it's going to turn out until the day of the event, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's really special.
Try not to I just love cute little characters, like video game characters. Kirby is so fun and adorable. He comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and I just thought it would be just a fun little idea to just draw a bunch of them and make sure that because essentially they're just circles with more circles as limbs. So I just thought it would be fun and cute, silly.
I like to sort of do surreal, kind of brightly colored and sort of dreamy-ish designs. I'm into sort of the vibrant colors and also pastels, but I'm going more for vibrant. I'm into the idea of ribbons and sort of things that are kind of cute. So that was sort of what I wanted to do with this one.
Honestly, the inspiration behind my design was the chalk palette is very limited, and I wanted to be able to do something that looked good compositionally, and a lot of my designs rely on having more colors available to me, so I just kind of went with whatever would work.
Draw them on big pieces of paper. It was just something I would always do in class and whatever, and do at home. So that kept me interested, and I still am, obviously.
Both my grandparents are artists, and so I've been doing art since I was little. And then I went to Charles River Creative Arts Program for my whole life for summer camp, so that was art heavy. And then I decided to take Art 1 in high school, and that's sort of when I got more serious about art.
I think all kids do art to a certain extent when they're little, and then they're really more scared out of it rather than something gets you into it. So I guess I just never really got scared out of it.
Would definitely say I'm tend to be my own obstacle most of the time, just because I have bad time management, so I leave things to the last minute because I'm a big perfectionist about things. So I pretty much was working on this design up until yesterday when I should have had it done way before. So usually it ends up being myself and my trouble with my time. But obviously I'm here and I am managing.
I just wanted to make sure my design would be able to be communicated with chalk. My design sort of has a lot of negative space, so I wanted to make sure I could fit it and make it look sort of even. And right now while I'm doing it, my knees kind of hurt, but other than that, I'm good.
Again, the limited color palette with the chalk. It's definitely hard when you have a big design not to step on your own work again, which I just did like 10 times.
So my role as their teacher is to help them determine how to get their ideas translated to such a large scale. And for the most part, just help them organize themselves, because by this time in their history of taking art classes at the high school, they really have formed their own voice, so they know what they want to make, and they just need to figure out the logistics of working so large. So this year we didn't have to worry about rain or anything, but there's always the concern about weather, wind, all that stuff, and planning for all of the unknowns. We actually had kind of a smooth transition. The students design their work at a smaller scale independently, and we conference about it, and then they get to map out where their work is going to be. I think the biggest obstacles are just helping the students through their personal struggles of, where things are going to be in the moment when they get a little, when they are finally there and they have 8 hours to make a work, the panic sometimes sets in. So that's one obstacle. And then another funny obstacle is just kind of managing the community of making sure other people aren't grabbing chalk or, stealing kids' work or drawing, because it is, something that folks feel like, oh, I can jump in, but we try to keep it really special for this group of kids who actually get graded on it. So.
Them to be walk by and maybe a couple of them can recognize the character and be like, oh, that's Kirby from this game that I played, because Nintendo is very popular, and just be like, oh, that's cute. I don't need it to be the most amazing thing here, the most technically accurate. I just want them to see it and make them smile and be interested and recognize it, be happy.
I hope that it's sort of people like to look at it, it makes people a little bit happier, people think it's cool. I also it's really an easy design, it's not very complex, and hopefully people can sort of see that art doesn't really have to be super realistic or super difficult to do. You can just enjoy it.
I think it's cool when they think it looks good.
We use a company called Eternity Arts chalk that provides artist grade chalk. So we have school funding for any art materials, and the students pick out their colors, and we place an order early on in the year so that they get here on time. It's quite pricey, actually, the artist grade chalk, but it's how we get the really beautiful colors that you don't normally see from a sidewalk chalk that you could get at the store. So yeah, really nice materials that we order for the students.